Hello friends, welcome. So today I have this share with you. I was sitting here and I wanted to surprise Paige with like this really fun element for her little junk journal she made. And I came up with this little waterfall. I'm sure you've seen it before. So this is Paige's junk journal, and she did this whole little cover. And I want to surprise her when she wakes up tomorrow with this fun little element in her book. And it's a super cute little interactive way that you can display photos. And so I wanted to add some of her birthday photos from this past week or so. And I think she's really going to like this. So this is just an example of what we're going to be doing today. I've already done a few of these and they're so fun and super easy. And I just love different interactive things in your junk journal. So this is just another one of those fun things. You can use your scraps for this. As you can see, I just use these little pieces of scraps from the pages that she picked out in her junk journal. She picked out all the pages, and we had this really fun paper pack that was like a birthday themed, and I'm gonna show you here in a sec. So this is everything that you're gonna need, a pair of scissors. I have pieces of scraps here, my double-sided tape, and then this is the paper pack that she chose. And it's like this birthday themed paper. I think I got it at Michael's. And so I just wanted to show you the pack here that we used, and then I just used some 8x11 or 8.5x11 cardstock for the mechanism that's going to be holding all the photos and sheets. And this is super easy, and like I said, I mean, it's so fun. Once you get the hang of it, you're going to want to make a ton of them. So aren't these pages so cute? I just wanted to show you real quick what you get in this pack. If anyone's interested, it's a birthday pack, and I think I got it from Michael's. So she made this junk journal, and I just thought it was so cute, and she wants to fill it up with a ton of things. Like, she's been asking me every day, like, what can we do with it? And so last night I was like, I wanted to print out some of her photos from her birthday, and I figured this will be such a fun element in her journal, and I'm sure she's gonna love it. And I can't wait to share it with her in the morning. I can't wait to share with you all how I created this. Super easy. I'm sure you have seen this before. I just want to share some of my tips and tricks here. And if you haven't, this is your first time doing this, awesome. I hope I can explain this really simple for you. And you're gonna want to do so many of these, like I said before. So I just have my cutting board here and some pieces of scraps and my circle punch that I'm going to be using for the pull tab. If you don't have a circle punch, you can just use a bottle cap like this, or you can just use like a heart punch or any other kind of punch you have. I have my scissors and my double-sided tape here as well. If you don't have double-sided tape, you can just use regular glue for this as well. I just prefer double-sided tape for this project. So here I'm just going to cut a 2-inch strip off of the 8.5-inch paper. And I also have here the Polaroids from the printer that I had printed out. And this is a 2x3-inch Polaroid. And then the cardstock on the back is 2.5x3.5. So I just gave enough room so that you can see it. What I also love about these is that they are stickers, and they're easily, you can just easily stick them onto any paper. So here, like I said, I'm just going to cut a 2-inch strip of paper. You can go ahead and measure behind your photo or any mechanism that you're planning on putting there. And it doesn't necessarily have to be 2 inches. This is just the size I chose to fit in the back and hide behind those photos. And here I'm just scoring 1/2 inch. So I'm putting 4 photos. So I'm gonna go ahead and score 4 lines here, a 1/2 inch apart. And if you want to add more photos, like 5, 6, 7, then you're just gonna go ahead and add 7 or however many photos or pictures or anything you're gonna put on here. However many, that's how many score lines you're going to go ahead and add to this mechanism. And later on, you're going to see that my paper might be too short for this specific size because these were a bit longer, but you can always add to the paper as well. Or you can always trim at the end. So if you want to do a longer piece of paper, you can do that and then just trim it at the end. Or if you have a shorter piece of scrap, right, that you're working with, you can always just add another piece of scrap to it and so forth. And so here I'm just going and creasing all of these both ways. And this just helps make it work a little more smoother here. So you can go ahead and do that as well. You can see it kind of is like a cardigan style here. And that just makes it easily move up and down when you're pulling that pull tab in the back there, as you can see. And so the first one on the top, I'm going to go ahead and just add some double-sided tape to each of these 1/2 inch portions here. So I'm just going down the line and adding some double-sided tape. If you're going to use wet glue, you can just do one at a time. You don't necessarily have to do it like this because the glue will be wet, obviously. So yeah, just if you're doing double-sided tape, then you can do them all at once as so, and then just remove them as you add the photos on there. And so you can see here I'm taking off of the backing on these photos and attaching them to this cardstock, this fun piece of scrap that I had here. And it just so happens I was able to cut these down to size and they actually fit perfect. So yeah, if you have scraps, it's a perfect way to use them from any of your paper packs or offcuts from when you're making a journal. This is just another cool way to use those pieces, and don't get rid of them. And yeah, you can always, I would like stash them on the side, especially like for the journal that you're working in, like any of those extra scraps that you have. And then you can just go ahead and dig in there, and when you want to add like elements to your book like this, you have something that kind of coordinates with your journal already, like all those little pieces. So yeah, I'm just adding these, and these measure 2 by 3 inches, like I said, and then the backing is 3.5 by 2.5. And so from here, you add the first photo on the top, and then we're just gonna line up the rest. So you can see how I just line the other ones up, and then I check the other side. It was kind of off there, so I just moved it over a little bit. You just want to make sure that they're all lined up. If you happen to cut the paper uneven, you can always just trim the edges and the sides to make sure that it's nice and even. And so that's it. You just go ahead and add them one by one, as you see I'm doing here. Super simple and easy. Also, some of the papers I'm working with here are double-sided, but this specific one that I'm adding now has a white backing, as you can see. And if you want, you can use that space as extra writing space, or you can add an extra photo, or you can even add some more decorative paper there. Yeah, sky's the limit. Whatever you want to do, you can do that there. And sometimes when you use a double-sided paper, it works out nicely, as you can see here. And then also if it's plain, that's also okay too. It's just extra writing space, or more space for you to create on. And so this last tab here, you want to leave it off because we're going to add a little piece of scrap on there, which is going to attach to the back of that paper and then also to the book. So, or wherever you're going to put this into, right? So I'm going to show you here. I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap that I had here. And it doesn't have to be a pattern because you won't be able to see it. Some of them I just used whatever scrap I had. It was like a pattern or not. But you won't be able to see this piece, so it really doesn't matter. There's a lot of different other ways to do this. I like to keep it behind the photo so you can't see it at all. And then some other people like to just put like a really big long strip that shows on both sides. Whatever you prefer. I think this way I like it best just because it's all hidden behind here. And so I just used my double-sided tape again to attach the strip to the very bottom, and then from here I'm gonna be attaching it to the other side of the paper, as you can see here. And then on the sides, the two sides here, I'm gonna add some more tape, and the sides is what's gonna attach into your book or wherever you plan on placing this. So you see I just trimmed off the corner there so it doesn't show. That piece will not show on the side. And now I'm gluing this side to the actual paper, to the photo where I have the photo. So it's really only those two little tiny corners on the sides that's going to be glued into your book or wherever you want to put it. So that side and that side, as you can see, those two white spaces. And I'm just adding some of my double-sided tape on each of those sides, which is where we're going to glue into the book. And that it needs to be held down. So you can see here, like that strip behind is short. So if that happens to you and you need some extra paper for that pull tab, you can go ahead and just find a piece of scrap like I did here. And I love when things like this happen because you can just show, like, you know, obviously we figure things out, right? We're going to go ahead and just add an extra piece of paper. And on here, I just ended up using this piece of scrap, like I said, that I had here, and I just glued it onto the back. And then I used this as the pull tab, and I just cornered the edges so they're not as sharp, and I just rounded the edges on the bottom there. So you're gonna see that here in a bit. So I wanted to like put something there to like cover that harsh line between the two papers that you see right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this flower punch that I used. Again, this is a scrap piece of paper that was lying around, and I just punched out the flower here to cover like this harsh line here. You can use a heart punch or any other punch that you may have, or a die cut. I think that's really cute, and when you pull it down, it reveals that little flower punch. And then you can also add a little message here, or you can add the date or whatever a little note you want to add. And then on the bottom on this pull tab, you can just kind of also write like pull so the person can see. But I'm just leaving a little note here, or I think I'm writing like her birthday, happy birthday, 6th celebration. So yeah, this was Paige's 6th birthday, and I really hope it was a memorable one for her. She was so excited. I'm so happy that I was able to create this. And then also I have here this waterfall like landscape kind of like on the side, so you can also do it this way. I just wanted to show that. And all these fun prints on the back here that I put on there. And so the last sheet on the flip will not be showing, so you don't really have to add anything to that one. But yeah, I think this came out really cute. I hope everyone enjoyed this and was able to follow along nicely. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I add this into Paige's book. So again, we just add these, add some glue to the edges there. And then I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna put it. I'm not sure if I wanted to put it on the back paper here or another sheet. But yeah, as you can see, like we just take off those glue tabs, and that's like the only thing that's gonna be glued on there. This back piece needs to be left out. So it's just the two sides that are glued into the book. And so I figured I actually put it along with her birthday papers that are in the middle signature here. And a cute little way that she can just find that in there when she checks, when she looks through her book. She's going to be surprised to see that. Oh, that's so precious. I love it so much. Oh, she had this little tea party in the morning. She loved it. And oh, look how cute this is. She was so excited to open her presents. Well, if you are with me at the end here, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. And yeah, if you end up making this, go ahead and comment below. How did yours come out? You can make this into like a folio or so many different things you can do with this. I might be doing another video on this. It was just so much fun. But yeah, these are really cool. And I think it's a great way to add an element here to any journal. It's super easy. So, yep, I will see you all in another video. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you later. Bye bye.